recently, microbes have been discovered in the atmosphere of Venus. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system as you know it. And temperatures over there reach 904 degrees Fahrenheit. That's literally like very hot to be exact. So, let's see how can microbes live if in such hot conditions. Microbes can live anywhere, but there has been no trace of life on Venus except those microbes. And the most rovers can withstand there is a total of 2 hours only. So how can these little microbes survive such harsh conditions? Let's find out in today's video. My name is Detective Science, and today I'm going to tell you how Venus, the first hottest planet in the solar system and the second planet from the sun, has microbial life on it. Even though, let me tell you about Venus first. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system because it has a carbon dioxide. Most of its atmosphere is basically made up of carbon dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas. And which means a greenhouse gas means it lets sunlight in, but it doesn't let it out. So that makes the surface of the planet pretty hot, and that can result to some no life forming. But microbes have been discovered in the atmosphere of Venus. But how? There are 200 active volcanoes at this time on the surface of Venus. So how can microbial life survive on Venus? Okay, so first question. We have to find out what Venus's atmosphere looks like. What's the composition of Venus's atmosphere? And so we have to figure it out. So basically 99.9% of its atmosphere is carbon dioxide. As I told you, it's a greenhouse gas. It just lets sunlight in, but it doesn't let it out. So as I told you, carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, and all that has been told in the previous section. But now let's talk about how the microbes can actually survive there. So the atmosphere of Venus has windy airs. So they travel at speeds of 100 miles per hour. But that's still kind of short of the fastest volcano on Earth, but you get the point. It's pretty fast. So, but there's a little trace of moisture in the atmosphere. You may ask, how is it possible? As I told you, the volcanoes erupt all the time. It's pretty hot at the surface. So how did the water not evaporate? Well, bro, it's just evaporated water only. And microbes need water to survive. Even we need water to survive, but we need a lot of water. Lot with 3 layers. Lots of water. But microbes only need a drop of moisture to strive. They only need a very little water to strive in and literally live in harsh conditions. So that's basically how they survive. But let's see about actual Venus now. We're gonna toss that away for now. But let's talk about why the volcanoes erupt, and could there have been life on Venus before? Because if water is there must have been some kind of life on Venus before. So let's talk about why there are many volcanoes. Because only the surface is hot, right? So why are the volcanoes erupting? Let's see. This is Venus, right? This is Venus. So when carbon dioxide goes into the atmosphere, so the core also gets heated. The core also wants to get cool, but it gets heated because of the carbon dioxide just trapping the heat. So the core gets heated, but it doesn't want to get heated. So the magma goes out. So where does it go out from? Volcanoes. Volcanoes are how the planet cools down. Kind of, because it's still hot, but you get the point. So let's talk about why there's moisture on Venus. How can microbes survive without moisture? There must have been some kind of life form before, right? Choose your answer. Yes or no? Well, you must have chosen no, and some of you must have chosen yes, because you must have heard me before. So there must have been life on Earth before. This is my argument. You can not listen to me, just quit the video. But this is my argument. If you want to listen to me, just listen. So if there's moisture, there must have been some kind of water also. Most of the water must have evaporated because there's only like little moisture in the atmosphere. Otherwise, life could have still be thriving out there. And not also including microbial biomes, other life also must have been thriving out there. But there's only little moisture. That can mean two things. One, it was with less moisture to start with, or number two, it had a lot of moisture, but then most of the moisture was evaporated, and then somehow it went out of the atmosphere, and thus there's only little water left now. So these are my two theories that I think. Now let's talk about some other theories in the next section. Bonus theory, but have you ever noticed that Mercury and Venus don't have any moons? Mercury is the closest planet to the sun and the second hottest planet in the solar system. It is smaller than a moon of Jupiter, Ganymede. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system and it is bigger than a planet. So here's my theory. What if Venus and the Mercury were moons at one time? What if Mercury wasn't a planet at all? It was like a moon that is disrupted from its orbit and then it became a planet. So I imagine that Venus had a moon, Mercury. So they were just chilling out, the Mercury orbiting Venus. But then the sun decided to like take away Mercury from Venus and then make it the own orbit. Because because Mercury's orbit is short. If it was not the moon, then Venus could have been the first planet and Mercury would have been second. But Mercury chose to go towards the first planet position. And it orbits about 83 days. Its orbits complete around the sun completes in about 83 days. So I think that Mercury was a moon of Venus before. This is for the video. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you agree with my theories. Bye.